Hey there everyone, it's Anthony, back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi! Hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. Today we're here with an unboxing from the one, the only, Diamond Art Club. And Apollo is licking his bowl because he is trying to tell me he wants even more food, but he already ate. Apollo, it's over. There's no more food. There's no more food. Come here. Go lay down. He's like, Dad, you're starving me. Anyway, hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. Make sure to leave in the comments how things are going for you. Today we have a really cool unboxing of a kit that honestly was kind of a purchase to make free shipping, but for whatever reason, at the time, I was very drawn to it. So we're going to be taking a look at Rustic Autumn Mill Waterfall by Angela Anderson. It's just a really cool, cute landscape in an interesting format, more portrait than landscape. And it was really those shades of green that sold me on this one, in addition to the fact that I needed a second kit to add. This has 51 colors, including 2 ABs and 4 fairy dust, for a total of 105,937 diamonds. Let's get into it. I hope you're doing well. I actually woke up not too long ago, and so Apollo and I did a very short little potty stroll and breakfast, but haven't really been talking much at all this morning, and then I jumped right into an unboxing, so I'm all like, but we're doing it. We have our little thumbnail there at the bottom, so when you have these stacked, as a stash, if you're a stash person, it's easy to see what you've got. And we're going to remove this inner drawer here. And inside that we have a toolkit. Let's briefly go over this toolkit. They're pretty much standard across all Diamond Art Club canvases now, but we'll quickly touch on what you get here. You're going to have your Diamond Art Club branded twist and pick pen that has a single placer and multi-placer. This single placer auto loads with putty as you twist it down, and you can reload it with more putty if you so choose. So you've got that. You've also got a bag o' baggies here for storage and organization purposes, a backup piece of putty to refill into that single placer. Then you're going to have a Diamond Art Club branded stackable with locking lid diamond painting tray, another multi-placer, a single placer, and some pink wax there for your multi-placers, and there is a stopper there. I'm going to pause you for just a second. We're getting a little bit of some lens glare, and I think I just need to clean the camera. 1 second. Okay, hopefully that helps. We shall see. All right, so let's get into our thank you note and so much more. Inside, we're going to have tips and tricks, kit contents, discount codes for future purchases, and a link to the VIP Facebook group, as well as step-by-step instructions. Then we're going to have our legend / sticker sheet here, individually cut Diamond Art Club branding. Those are stickers. Title and artist, individually cut sticker. Here's all of our colors here, our color spread. And then we're also going to have, and those are, of course, individually cut, so you can kit up with them. Then you're going to have start and end date, thumbnail sticker, and kit details, all individually cut stickers as well. All right, let's take a look at this canvas. Set that here. Oh, forgot. We also have a treasure quest card here. Treasure quest cards are just a little collectible thing that Diamond Art Club implemented last year. It's also a secondary rewards program, so you can collect a certain combination of these to redeem for things like gift cards, as well as a custom diamond painting. Different cards have different rarities. This is going to be a bronze level card, which is the least rare. It goes bronze, silver, gold, and then black. So yeah, but really cool. All right, so yeah, I do have some landscapes in my stash, and I like them, but for whatever reason, I've yet to really do too many of them. But I liked the orientation of this one. The color palette, for whatever reason, was really calling to me, so I'm very curious. Inside, we're going to have our drill pack here, all of our drills. We'll get to that momentarily. I'm going to go ahead and roll the canvas back on itself. Diamond Art Club uses a poured glue canvas method. The poured glue is just really flexible, but still sturdy and really nice to work on. You're going to have super clear symbols here, nice sticky glue, very soft canvas, and this does have the perforated cover plastic, but it is not lined. All right. Oh, line blocking. Hello. What's really pretty? I love, for whatever reason, that chartreusey green and those brighter greens are having a moment in my brain. But I'm like loving those colors. You're not going to be able to see it all in camera, so I will scroll you up here. I'll scroll you up so you can see that. And of course, we'll do our pan over at the end as we typically do. I'll bring you back down and just kind of center it there. Okay, cool. So yeah, really all you're missing is just a little bit more of that reflection of the trees in the water. But oh my gosh, so composition-wise, it's a really cool image and it's gonna look fantastic when it all comes together. Composition-wise, a ton of line blocking down here. So line blocking is either horizontal or vertical strips of a single color. There's a ton of it in the water reflection down here, just strips and strips and strips of color. So I don't know how to multi-place strips of lines when they're vertical. I only know how to do it when they're horizontal. So I'll make sure that I work on this in this orientation without trying to turn it on its side or something. It'll go a lot faster for me. You might be different. But then as we work our way up, we're seeing some continued line blocking throughout the creek here. Once we get up to the actual trees themselves, as opposed to the reflection, that's where it starts to get very confetti heavy. There's a few sections of color blocking, not even really. I mean, very minimal. I'd say the majority of the rest of it is very confetti heavy, which is pretty typical for trees because that confetti gives the look of individual leaves or things like that. So that makes a lot of sense. You do have where your tree trunks are, some vertical line blocking. In the mill itself, on the roof, is horizontal line blocking, but then vertical slats on the face of it. So yeah, you don't really have much, if any, color blocking here. It's all either line blocking or confetti. So a pretty technical canvas, but it's gonna look so good. It's gonna look so good when it's done. So yeah, all right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at our color spread, and then we will go over our enhancement drills. 1 second. All right, for this canvas, as you can see, we're working with a lot of really beautiful green hues. The majority of this canvas is kind of in these chartreusey, bright greens, but also some forest and deeper greens. But as we see in the mill area and then coming towards the water, we move on to these kind of grayish blue hues and these really kind of deeper blues mixed with some lighter blues. There's also a lot of various grays, a little bit of teals, and some highlight colors, including those reds, kind of a goldish brown hue in there as well. But overall, a pretty green focused color palette, but I really, really like it. Alrighty, let's go ahead and take a look at where these specialty drills are going to go. Our first one's going to be AB 741. This is a nice bright orange AB. That's going to be our underlined squiggly symbol. And we're going to find that. Once again, you're not going to see the entire canvas. A little bit of the bottom is cut off here, but I will call it out if I do see it down in that area. It's a bunch of this orange detail through the trees here, coming down on this tree, a little bit here in the center, on this little tree poking through on that side as well. And then there's just a couple pieces of it, only maybe 1 or 2 lines in the reflection down here. In fact, it might just be one, one, two, three lines of line blocking down in the reflection have the AB, but everything else is going to be up here at the top. I'm going to go ahead and place that here. Then we have our next AB, which is going to be AB 3810, kind of more of a teal, a deep teal AB. It's going to be our division symbol, and we're going to find that somewhere here in the trees again, this kind of teal blue background right here in the center. I'm seeing it here as well, and here. It's almost like where we're getting just a little bit of maybe the sky poking through in the background potentially, but I'm also seeing it a little bit closer to the ground here. It's also doing some work in our actual waterfall and water coming down the creek. So it might not be sky. It might just, well, maybe it's representing both sky and water. Not sure. But I'm seeing quite a bit of it here in the water, so I'm going to go ahead and place that there. All right, moving on, we have Z743. That's going to be kind of a yellowy, not buttercream, a little bit more of just a regular yellow fairy dust drill. If you're not familiar with the terminology, AB is Aurora Borealis. Those drills have a iridescent kind of film or coating that's laid over top. It gives it a much more intense kind of sparkle and shimmer, whereas fairy dust drills have more of a mica coating dusted over top or embedded in the resin itself. It's more of just a shimmer and it's more subtle. So yeah. Our lowercase italicized E symbol is what we're working with this fairy dust, and it's doing a ton of work up in our trees. Big patches I say, but not color blocking. So here, and here, throughout the tops of the trees, that really beautiful yellow. So there's that. Then we have Z775. This is going to be a really pale blue fairy dust. And that is a lowercase italicized A in our roof line here on our mill, and then a bunch in our creek and our water, and even coming down into the reflection here. So we'll just place that there. Then we have Z907, which is what we have the most of in terms of enhancement drills. This is a kind of chartreuse green fairy dust. I was really hoping to see this. I'm very happy to see that. It's everywhere, all in the trees. There actually is, if there is anywhere that has color blocking, it would be right here in this section with some of that fairy dust. But it's all throughout the tops here, and then it does a whole bunch of work here at the bottom in our reflection. A lot of this line blocking is all that fairy dust. So I'm just going to generally place it here because it does exist everywhere. Other than the water, it really does exist everywhere. Well, even in the reflection in the water, but it's not really here throughout the center. Then our final one is this gorgeous, even deeper kind of teal, 3809 fairy dust. I love this color. It's beautiful. Z3809. That's going to be our kind of chunked, our block square symbol. And that's doing just a few bits right here above the mill, kind of in the background. Here in the water, in the actual waterfall, we're seeing quite a bit of it, and that might be it. Yeah, so they've used it really to do some cool detail and enhancements to the water coming down the waterfall. That's going to look beautiful. So there's that there. That's all of our enhancements for fairy dust and 2 ABs. Personally, we'll see how I feel when I get to working on this canvas, but I don't know if I'd necessarily do anything more to it. It is a very soft image, if that makes sense, so I don't know if I'd be going crazy with like sparklers for squares and a bunch of stuff. The only thing I could think about doing is potentially finding a red, kind of a lighter red fairy dust to put in this tree, or maybe even a couple of red fairy dust to put in these these sections here. I feel like that's the only color on this palette that isn't really represented with a fairy dust or something like that. So maybe I'll pick either the deeper or more pale red to do, but I think everything else is pretty well represented. I was also thinking they do have the 3865 here, this white symbol, nearly white with the dot. It's so minimal, but I could see using either a white AB or a white glimmer or something like that, or fairy dustro. But otherwise, I think it looks pretty good as is, or it looks really good as is. So yeah, let me know what you think. I know this isn't normally my exact style, this kind of falls in that Chuck Pinson kind of vibes, or in that style of artwork, but I like this orientation and I really like the color palette. So this is Rustic Autumn Mill Waterfall by Angela Anderson. This is a 69.9 by 93.8 centimeter square drill canvas with 51 colors, including 2 ABs and 4 fairy dusts. Let me know what you think. Is this in your stash? Have you already completed it? Are you working on it? Is it on your wish list? Let me know. Otherwise, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of it. Happy placing. We'll see you next time. Bye. 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 Bye.